Hey JankyYGO here, my name is Michael, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Cyberdark Impact, which is widely considered to be one of the, if not the worst set of all time. It was released back in November 15th of 2016, and in my honest opinion, this set actually has aged pretty well. While the cards weren't good at the time, they are now. A lot of them have seen meta impact and meta relevance. Some of them are limited, forbidden, etc., etc. And we're going to go into some of the cards that I think people tend to overlook, or if they don't overlook, uh, they just kind of brush off as it was a thing. So we're going to scroll down, and I want to talk about Snipe Hunter. So Snipe Hunter is usually what this set is known for, what a lot of people say. This card is the only relevant card. That is incorrect. It was the only relevant card for when the set was released. However, tons of cards past this have come out to be even better than Snipe Hunter, or have aged much, much better, with Vanity's Fiend and the barrier statues being the next thing. The barrier statues in particular, all of them, they were once a rogue deck that was really good. Back in like 2017, I believe. They saw the barrier statue deck got a few tops here and there in regionals, but not only that. The other thing that is important about the barrier statues is that one of them saw play very recently and still does on Master Duel, and sometimes when they play that deck, and that is the Wind Barrier statue of the Stormwinds. So, because it locks them out of special summoning that, and they can summon it from the deck, or in the case of Fluunderies, they can just search it and normal summon it, and then use their back row to protect it in certain cases. The Earth Barrier statue, in theory, now they didn't play it, but in theory could have been played by Adamancipators, but they didn't because they used a lot of things other than Earth. But yeah, but this could be special summoned from the deck in theory. So in my honest opinion, I think the barrier statues age well. Vanity's Ruler sees play sometimes to this day. I know that there's a Necros deck with Ben 10 that would search out Vanity's Ruler, and then you would just tribute summon Vanity's Ruler and lock your opponent out of summoning. This card also sees play today. So, we're going to go scroll down because we have more cards to talk about. Cyberdark Dragon, this card was the feature of this set, but it never saw any play, and is not even very good. The Cyberdarks, I guess we'll talk about them. They are okay. Now, after a structure deck, they're strictly fine. They're not meta relevant. They're probably never going to be meta relevant, but they are somewhat playable, and that's neat. All right, I'll also say that's a cool thing. Cyberdark Dragon still isn't very playable. However, what is very playable and is even limited is Instant Fusion. That's right, Instant Fusion came out in this set as a common and is a very, very powerful card even to this day. If it was a 3, I'm sure that there would be more decks to use it. As of now, though, it's not seeing a ton of play because being at 1, it's not really worth it. Ready Fusion isn't as good of a substitute as Instant Fusion as people thought it was going to be, because Ready Fusion has to summon non-effect fusion monsters, and sometimes, or a lot of the time now, Instant Fusion, you don't just use it for the monster to get the body to use Synchro or Xyz or Link anymore. You use it for to use the effect in like a combination type of way. And everything near the end of its lifespan, like Norden and stuff like that, and even past that. But yeah, overall, Instant Fusion came out in this set as well. We're gonna Change Strike was very meta relevant for a while and is limited as well. There are several cards in this set that are very, very good. Some of them, and a lot of them, are very, very bad. Accumulated Fortune still shows up in decks here and there and change decks because that's how good it is. However, the chain burn, and all that has kind of run its fortune, unfortunately, nowadays. As of the time of making this video, chain burn doesn't really see any play. However, it doesn't mean that I didn't always. Accumulated Fortune is a good example of a good card at a time, and so is the last card we're talking about is Black Horn of Heaven. This card was very, very strong in Synchro, XEs, and the XEs era. Oftentimes, you just flip it up and then just negate their power XEs play for no cost, or their power Synchro monster for no cost. So it was a very good side deck card. And uh, now that we reached the end, you can see that there's a lot of relevant cards to talk about and show you that this set isn't as bad as people make it out to be. I think honestly that this set gets a bad rap. Uh, sure, it's no Duelist Alliance because Duelist Alliance is insane. But I honestly think that this set is much better than people give it credit for, and I think it aged better than some of the powerhouse sets, or the powerhouse, I'll put in air quote sets, or something like that, or sometimes, or sets that other sets that people usually regard highly. I think this set aged better, but no set definitely aged as good as Duelist Alliance. So, we're just gonna cut the video here. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send me any deck profiles or replays, you can send them to JankyYGO at gmail.com. You can tell me what you think is the best or the worst set in Yu-Gi-Oh history outside of this one. If you know, and if you do think this is the worst, you can be free to, tell me in the comment section down below. Note, if I do continue this as a series, there will be a few sets that I'm just not going to cover because it's like too obvious. Like, I won't cover Legend of Blue Eyes as the worst set ever because it does have good broken cards in it, but most of the set does suck. But anyway, uh, have a wonderful day.